Hello world, this is Zan reviewing Bosmos 2 as Nucitus. It's turn number 36. Doesn't look like it was the most eventful turn in terms of big battles. We received more gold from the devil himself, Erethea, finish some alteration research, get some Tomb Princes, some Tomb Kings, light the Banefire Braziers some more, find a Smolder Stone, so I'm always happy to find more Fire Gems because that means more Braziers. Fail and everything else. Marverni gets a new prophet for Miragust, the commander, so nothing real special. And we have a battle in Zox. This is likely, yeah, just one of my little Sauromancer raiding squads with 16 encumbrance because cold-blooded is such a fun, totally balanced thing that I could do so much about. Um, Luckily for me, I don't seem to run into much. It's a decent enough force. It's got some, I guess, attack rear, javelineers, a great boar running in the middle, and a mage participating. Let's. Why do you have so much more fatigue? Oh, because you cast Horde and you cast Blessing. Okay. I mean, so I got Reinvig 3, and that's going to totally help against my Encumbrance 16 because it's cold. The boar goes down kind of quick. And some of the skeletons do filter down to fight these javelineers, which is kind of good because they have piercing weapons and long dead are going to be pierce resistant, so they'll last ever so slightly longer. So I can deal with these bear tribe in the middle. At this point, am I asleep yet? Oh yes, I am. This could almost be bad because at this point, I still don't think. Well, I'm researching alteration now. Later on, you can cast invulnerability on your Sauromancers, and that gives them a natural protection of 25 against non-magic weapons, which is what, almost every PD type is going to have. That time is not here yet. Luckily, these skeletons right here decide, the little last wave that comes out, that they should probably deal with these javelineers. These two bear tribe do make it up to me. Their 16 damage hatchets will go through my 14 and 10 protection. So this is a pretty bad state we're in. However, in the dead center, we are doing pretty good. And I managed to wake up in time to drop another Raised Dead, and that kind of secures the win for me. It's just a bunch of Soulless, but the Soulless aren't pierce resistant like the other ones, but they have more hit points. And just the mass of them is going to be enough for the Long Dead that are up here to finish their horrible business. And then, yeah, as my Sauromancers keep waking up, even more skeletons come out. So even in Cold 3, this 500 and something gold raiding squad is pretty effective. 500 and something gold. That's insane. Alright, so Butcher's Ledger. Yeah, he had a handful of other little forces there to stop me. 11 province defense, I'm going to assume. I'm not sure. But, I mean, this is still a 560 gold raiding squad. We get some events where we have some strange events in Superstition. Temperatures are going. The very ground seems to burn with an unnatural heat. Whoops. I can't imagine this was lighting fires everywhere. Some water gems. A handful of water gems is apparently one. Lynch a wizard. And the Throne of Night has been invoked. Oh, this was a fun time. I remember Eyes of God's up. And everyone posted their income graphs. Or the Eyes of God posted the income, and everyone's just this massive dip. Thankfully, my economy is funded by selling gems to Erethea. So it works out for me. And the one who's having the real big money issues happen to have been Marverni in this case, because as you see, most of my army at this point are these upkeep-free chariots. This 700 income is almost entirely just composed of mages. All of these are mages. Because I don't want to, I should, but I don't want to twice-born my Sauromancers because I can just make more. Why? Well, I don't care if they die, I can make more of them. Now, granted, if they're twice-born in their little white mage form, they ignore cold 3 shenanigans that our friend Marverni has. But that's fine, just make more. All death gems go to making more chariots. Worldwide, I don't think I see anything special worth mentioning. My scouting network isn't as developed as it really should have been because, as I've mentioned, to me, this fight against Marverni is life or death. Life or death because it needs to be perfect. I need to completely take him over so that I can fight Liberator and Armor afterward, or even Dom Daniel. Even though this is like mostly wastelands, there's nothing up there. Right. So that'll be turn 36. Let's go on to 37. Okay, we're 6 minutes in, and I forgot to set a timer. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. All right, so 6 minutes in. All right, we receive more gold from Erythea. Like I said, my economy is funded by Erythea. Is around this point, and I think with the graphs out, I'm able to kind of single out which my research graph is, and it looks kind of sad. So I actually do start spending some death gems casting this opening of the mount ceremony. There's some battles, and we'll get to them later. Opening the mount ceremony, let me just zoom in. Summons these guys, Sarcophagus. They are an undead curse caster that gives you, I think their base research is 15. Yeah. So it's a sarcophagus that does, it is a little gluttonous, but it casts curse over and over and over again, which is kind of neat if you're getting attacked by stupid dragons or something. But more importantly, they're there to research. You can give them 2 misc items to do that. And the important thing about them is that they cost, if I remember, it was 8? Yeah, it's 8. So the comparison to this is building a Skull Mentor. When you build a Skull Mentor, you're paying 10 death gems for 14 research. You add that onto a mage somewhere. And then if you have a hammer, now you're paying 8 death gems for 14 research, which is pretty cool. What this does is now you're paying 8 death gems for 15 research. That scales with your magic scales. Cool. So it can go up to 18. So 8 for 18, pretty darn good. And they get experience over time. Now, granted, that might not be relevant for a very, very long time. But technically, they can get experience, and when you get the little experience stars, it does give you a bump to your research. And in a pinch, they provide some amount of siege defense, and they can curse attackers, which is neat. Should you get attacked, they can body block a little bit because they are, 20 protection with some amount of resistances. In an absolute pinch, you can kind of try to block. They won't block the entrance of the walls, but they'll kind of be in front of it, or in front of your main forces. You move them up there. So that's what that is. So that's just me saying my research sucks, which I think it's fair for turn. Oh yeah, my research sucks. 629 on turn 37 is hot garbage. Holy crap. What was I thinking? Oh right, I was thinking I have to kill Marverni. Anyways, so we find a magic site, a Starlit Pond. Excellent. Because I'm site searching with these lizard shamans that are totally part of the LA Statis national rosters. We have a battle in the Vician Forest as Marverni comes out to meet me, and this ends up being... and again, I promise you guys, I don't remember how 99% of these battles go, but this is bad. It's in the dark. I don't care about your dark vision. I'm a bunch of spirit sight skeletons. You are humans. Except for these assholes. These stupid Wickermen in the front. And so on his side, he's got a line of Javelineers, the Wickermen. These little dead ones that he's summoning from somewhere. These are the things that show up when you do Vengeance of the Dead. And he's got this thing over here, the Bowl of Heaven, which generates Astral Pearls every month. Adds some growth scales, and is a big fortune teller. Kind of cool supercaster, especially you can magic phase this thing. I don't know what you do once you magic phase it, but you can. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. He has Night of the Northern Star. He's got his solar rays battery going on here. There you go. So it's nighttime, but he's still going to bring down the magnifying glass and just eliminate my chariots. Okay. And he had cast Howl. Yeah, he just completely dumpsters my chariots. But this is okay. I do remember what this battle served. This showed me what his fatigue looked like. This is very important for me to look at his fatigue after he cast Solar Rays. So he eliminated that amount of chariots with taking no losses, right? So he killed 45 chariots, and he took no losses. The 45 chariots didn't even get to him. But at the end of 45 chariots, all of his mages had 100 fatigue. They had maybe one more spell in them. So what you're saying is if I had double the Tomb Chariots, I would have lost maybe another 15. Let's be fair, let's say 22. Let's say I lose exactly another 22. I have 90 Tomb Chariots. I lose another 22. So that means 30 Tomb Chariots make it to his lines. So these Stargazers are going to kill 3 chariots each. So to make it to his line, I pay a tax of 60 chariots. But once I have paid that tax of 60 chariots, his mages are all fatigued out. And every chariot after that 60 is going to start doing damage. That's what this battle did for me. It gave me a count. How many do I need in order to win decisively? Because everything I'm doing is I need to win decisively. And I'm going to count each Stargazer then, from now on, as 3 chariots. Because I need a 4th chariot to actually, or 4 chariots, because I need a 4th chariot to actually kill the Stargazer. Nothing important is going to happen there. Magnifying glass. Von Kish, Dom Daniel fighting Independence. Is he going to lose again because he keeps using these crappy Ghulams for some reason, especially in the dark? Instead of, like, I mean, this cavalry actually also sucks really badly. But it comes with 2 Ghulams, which is something. Yeah, that cavalry's... This guy... Oh, wait. He's getting a -3. But he has 2 experience stars. Yeah, no, this cap sucks. I hope they're cheap or something. And these trash Ghulams run out. It's trash heavy cav, but it's still heavy cav. Okay, that was this battle, and then we have another battle then in Zox, attacked by Marverni. More stupid Wickerman, but I've gotten the heck out of dodge. Cool, so we have an event in Three Pine Grove where I get a bunch of gems. Vanarusian Oathbound come to plunder in Esquania. Bastards. In the Vician Forest, a bunch of troglodytes show up and they kill one of his Wickermen. Because once the Wickermen get lit on fire, they're done. And in Esquania, these Oathbounds kick my butt. Because just pee. Old Pangea is gone now, which is always fun. 6 nature gems for somebody. What is there to mention? So all these fights are happening, just so you know. Zox is over here, and this is kind of a cool province because I see that it's making 4 air gems per turn, just this one province, and that's pretty cool. I see that here he has some of these little like dead zombie guys, so that's probably where they're coming from. But here's where I have my big army. And remember, now I've done the math. I need 4 chariots per mage. I have just above 4 chariots per mage where I'm going to go in and I'm going to do damage, but I don't know if I have enough where I'm going to win. Now, secret weapon. He hasn't seen it yet, I'm pretty sure. I have the Heartstone. Super secret weapon. Will-o'-the-wisps are not undead, I believe, but they should still do distractions. So I don't remember, well, I guess I'll see as the turn rolls, if now that I've counted how many chariots I need per mage, if I still take this fight, I'm almost certain I get right back into my fort. Maybe I even patrol it with this additional 50. This additional 50 will make it so that I can probably win this fight. Again, I will lose 60 chariots just getting to him, but then there's going to be 90 additional chariots, right? Because I have 93 here. Okay, there's going to be, yeah, so I'm going to lose 60. I'm going to have 80 to 90 chariots able to just get into his lines and do their horrible chariot things. The worry I have is that this army that's down here fighting Lemuria decides to come up north and fight me. So that did have me shitting bricks. Having both of these together means I really have to turtle for a very long time in the fort, or maybe even abandon the fort, because chariots don't give impressive siege defense. So that he'll break this pretty quickly. And again, every turn we have the chariot movements. Recreating it for you guys. Every turn I did this under extreme lag. Unbearable lag. Do this. And then over here we have Bayville Vongar. But now we've added the second half. And the second half I don't think survives very long because Vongar itself is a danger. And then I think on top of that, this doesn't reach? No. Once the cold is gone, this reaches. So this is a situation where this province here, the Forest of Gun, would benefit greatly from me casting Banefire Braziers in it to increase the heat. Very, very fast, increase the heat. You see I have my Holy Theory Preaching because I need this to get hot if I need to defend this stupid province. So there's that. Checking through here, I don't see anything particularly important. Fascia's moving into Lemuria again. Ind's messing around with things. I think at this point I'm also worried that Ind might attack me. So he's got a bunch of Bone Fiends, his units, because again, from this port, he can go all the way to my ports. So that's never a fun thing. Not the most exciting turn again, so let's keep moving. Okay, again, my economy is based on Erethea's Go donations. We have 2 Dire Portents. Something. Forge of the Ancients. This is how much more research he has than I do. I don't have research. The real Balin casts some teleports. We find a magic site in Vongar and Animus Hut. We find 2 magic sites in Scorpion Cracks. And we find another one in the Grey Mountains. Okay, so the first battle in Sleepy Wolds is Marverni attacking Lemuria. Nothing important. And we have a second battle now in Sleepy Wolds where I come in and attack. I have just a single Sauromancer. What's his encumbrance like? He has 6 encumbrance? What? Nonsense. No, this is the other dumb thing. So Cold-Blooded penalizes you for being in the colds, but then if it's also too hot, you have severe heat. This is dumb. This is super dumb. Just saying. Okay, sleepy time. I think that's way too many, and then since they have broadswords instead of spears, they're going to chew their way through, and I am dead. That sucked. What is that? 25 noble warriors. Yeah. You want to fight the undead? Don't bring spears, bring swords. Where the heck did you teleport to? Oh, we'll find out soon. So, over here in the Evergreen Forest, we have my raiding squad continues. Here is 2, and there's nothing there, so we're going to assume I win this. And we do. And we have now a battle where Marverni is attacking me in Three Pine Grove. It's a bunch of these stupid Wickermen. Okay, importantly, I'm not attacking the Forest of Gun. Super important. Okay, and then Lemuria fights Fascia, but Fascia just leaves behind PD. We just see a bunch of ghosts, some aspirations that are here to cause diseases. Console with no gear. Is shall die, the cursed console, the gold maker. Very importantly, has this golden touch, which is like a essentially an AoE 1 soul slay. Kills whoever it hits. Another gearless console. Another gearless console. And a Grand Lemur. Ooh, I don't know what he's got. Maybe some Shadow Blasts. Alright. Okay, we see Fascia then attack Lemuria in Northia with a paltry force. However, these are pretty good. I'm a huge fan of Colossi Light Infantry. Huge fan of them. Yeah, they just tear these apart. Oh, struggling a little bit with these ghosts, but these ghosts are otherwise useless. Okay, and then I go run into Esquania to kind of just retake this from Venerus. We took it via that one event. Okay, and then in Panalphia we have some bad event, a good event, and then more money. Bunch of teleports. Okay, so we lose New Kalem is gone, and Hulo is gone. And let's find out where the heck did I teleport to? Yeah, there you go. So I did run back into the fort because, again, that battle here in the Vician Forest let me count how many chariots I need in order to beat him. And the number was just, I didn't have the number that I needed. So I brought everything in here. Now I do have at least 130, 143 chariots. So technically I could win the fight, and I think that's what I brought in the real Balin for. I brought him for a little bit more Dawn pressure, and if I need him in the fight itself to maybe teleport to the back and eat a bunch of, what's this other spell that they can do? Starfires. Maybe eat a bunch of Starfires. Because interestingly enough, Starfires can be blocked by Air Shield, which, you know, rather than taking Foul Vapors like I freaking should have on this god, I took Air. So I might as well use that Air one as best I can. Dang it. Still wish I would have taken Foul Vapors. This war would have been over if I had Foul Vapors on my god. The moment this hits Enchantment 6, he would be gone. Just teleport my god on his stack, cast Foul Vapors, all the Stargazers die. Problem solved. Unfortunately, I went Air 1 instead. One other thing I do want to note on the importance of site searching things, I have I don't think I have a single Water 2 in my entire nation. I have site search only Water 1, and I have 7 Water income. That is huge. Always site search at least 1 in every path, in every province. Especially site search Holy 1, so you can get your Astral Pearls. Do not forget to site search Holy 1. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. Okay, cool. So otherwise, this is not the biggest turn. So let's hop over to 39. Gosh, there's no big battles in this turn because I had to run away with my tail between my legs. We find the Pyramid of Life and the Endless Forest. Actually, Pyramid of Life is pretty cool of a province. In vanilla, it doesn't do this, but in this game, it heals units. And that's kind of neat, especially later on. My head, when I saw healing units in any case, was very, very, very later on. I can potentially do Tartarians, stick them in this province, and that will eventually heal their afflictions. Eventually, it's a 15% chance to do it, or something like that. What else did I find here? Endless Forest and Sivect. Also a great one. Good turn. And then battles, many. In Dardania, Lemuria attacks Morverni. And he's got some Banes in here. And I don't think that's going to matter against that artillery squad. Yeah, they're all lucky. Everything here is lucky. I think we missed the first volley of the artillery. You know, I really laugh at this because I don't know if you know you guys that watch this are the same that watch TLC End World. Jesus, look at that, man. It's clean. But in End World, where it's at now should have already been the point where the Ermor player is pretty much spouting nonsense that I can never kill him and he's so much better than me and he's so powerful and invulnerable. And it's like, dude, I'm playing Arcocephaly. This same thing that Morverni is able to do, that he just did right now, these guys didn't even get close. Arcocephaly can do the same thing. Astral 1. They can do it ever so slightly. Like, they can do it less. Let me see how I say this. They will have less mages casting it, or they can have less mages casting it at once. But they can cast it for longer because it'll fatigue them less because they'll have better mages most of the time, on top of other crap they can do. But the importance of that is that spell that's being cast, this Solar Rays spell, there is no save to it. It is, you are undead. Where is it? Come on. Oh, they're casting Starfires right now for some reason. I also want to note that Starfire spell, there's no save for that either. That's, you got hit by this, enjoy your armor negating damage. There's no save. It's just, here's your roll of 0. I hope your dice roll went pretty good. But this one, right there, that, solar rays, there's no save. If you are undead, you get hit by solar rays. I hope you rolled really high. There's no magic resistance check. There's no fire resistance. There's, you got hit by this. I hope you got enough hit points to survive. And Armorian troops outside of lictors do not have the hit points to deal with those numbers that you see there. They don't. They have like 7 hit points on the knights or whatever. And yeah, sure, maybe they have Undying. Undying's going to do jack squat against that. If it's going to kill a Bane, it's going to kill your Undying knight. All right, so quick little tangent. Throwing that out there. There's a lot of you get hit, you die undead spells. Undead are not invincible by any means. Anyways, we're attacking into Marverni and Troya again. Ballsy rating into cold 3. He is catching on. He's got his mages out. Oh, but these are still. Oh no, some of them have swords. What? I brought 2. Did one of them get slung in the face? Oh no, he just got mind burned. Bastard. So he got smart to how my rating works. Will it be enough? Will he mind burn me again? Because these guys should have pretty high magic resistance. Nope. Get out of here. The sad part is, I think that's an even amount of mages. Okay, not the druid, never mind. But Sequani Stargazers, 5 of them for 45 is 225. So 5 Stargazers still cost less than 1 Sauromancer. Oh, it's terrifying. Okay, so we have another battle here in the Vysian Forest. I think, yeah, okay, I'm poking him this time. And I'm saying, oh, hello, it's that big army again. The same one. They're going to do the same thing other than making everything lucky. Annoying. Okay. Which means next turn, I'm going to march. Okay, fight some PD. He really shouldn't. This is a mistake. This is a huge mistake, I think, trying to retake your PD using these Wickermen, because the Wickermen are absolutely devastating to my chariots, being size 6, sack of hit points, fire strikes, fire shields. I don't think you should have been chasing my mages with those. I think doing it with these noble warriors on like, set them on attack rear or something, and as forward deployed as you can, and have the Sequani Stargazers mind burn like you did. I think that's the way he should have done it. Okay, I get Scorpion Cracks and Bloodslaves. I get a Necromancer joining me in the Forest of Gun. I think this is the longest I've been without losing chariots in battle. And I think it's starting to get noticeable what that means to the amount of chariots I have. You know, I was struggling to beat 60 earlier, but now I think I've got 180. I got 55 more on the way here, 55 more here, 55 here. I'm at 49 death gems. I don't remember what I'm saving for. Oh, this is what I'm saving. I'm saving for Hidden in the Tombs. Quick tangent on the spell. I probably talked about it on. I made videos on their spells. This is technically more efficient. It's more death gem efficient. Casting this over straight casting Reanimators. These Mummified Servants and Ceremonial Guard are also really, really good. They're fantastic undead units. And you get a Tomb Sauromancer. The Tomb Sauromancer is fantastic mage. Super freaking good. And here I am, saving my gems for this. And I guarantee you, if I remember correctly, I don't use any of this the entire time. I think they're too slow. I think they're way too slow. So I never bother really bringing them up to the front line, because I have this logistic change with the chariots, just constantly flowing chariots, that these Ceremonial Guard just can't keep up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I think the Tomb Sauromancer comes with like a very specific crosspath that to me is just kind of like, okay, well, I can't let him die because I need this crosspath later, and I have no other way of getting it. I'm not going to cast a 60 death gem spell very often. Yeah. All right, so that's turn 39. In developments down here, Fascia jumps on a Lemurian fort. He's got a castle here feeding his attacks into Sodorth, and in Ironport, Yiss is trying to siege down this palisade and having a bad time. I apologize that I really can't see what's going on else in the rest of the Bosmos. So apologies about that. And I know we're super long into the video. I still want to do turn 40 because I'm almost certain in turn 40, I have a big fight, and I like showing you this big fight. And I don't want to be that guy that puts you on a cliffhanger. But I do also want to say that if the big fight doesn't happen this turn, then see you next week. Righto. So we cast a Black Servant because I think I wanted to thug him with the Howl Pelt. Counter his Howl with my Howl. We get a Grove of Fertility in the Silver Wall. We witness a battle between Yiss and Lemuria and Perenna. Nothing important. We have a battle in Zox. This is a raiding battle. Okay, we have a battle in Vangar. Marverni attacking Sidis. Oh yes. No! Dang it. This is very important. When this happens, you need to make sure that your undead leadership does not rout first. If they rout first, the rest of the undead don't make it off the field, they just fall apart. There was a fight earlier where this happened. Very important. Route your units first, put your leadership on hold, and then go in. Okay, so this guy moves to Vangar. So there's no huge battle this turn. Crap. I go out and raid with a handful of chariots. Easy peasy. I think I was kind of hoping to catch one of the little anti-raiding squads. Old Atlantis dies. I forget to put PD in Troya. Whoops. And I get cursed. Okay. You know, super quick. Let's go on to turn 41. I'm sure you guys would prefer a long episode that hopefully has the big battle in it, as opposed to me leaving you on a cliffhanger until next week. So, and if not, executive decision, I'm doing this. I cast a little bit of Augury. I cast Teleport with the Real Ballon onto Vangar because his army is out of position. And I don't think the Real Ballon can kill it. But I don't think they can kill me. So, I'm hoping here I can maybe light some of his Wickermen on fire, kill some of his infantry, and run away later with the turn timer. You know, there I cast the Air Shield so that that Starfire, that armor negating one, doesn't kill me. And then I have 26 magic resistance, so like, get out of here with your Mind Burns. And this is what I wanted. I wanted to run into these guys. However, I made a grave mistake. I made a huge mistake. You never want to do this with your Pretender. And I completely forgot about this. They're casting Horror Mark. Never do this, guys. Don't do this whole everything I just did. Don't do it. It might have worked because I shouldn't have done this, and he didn't expect me to be dumb enough to do this. Don't send your Pretender God into a bunch of mages that are going to sit there and horror mark it until the damn turn timer, pretty much. Casting Arcane Bolt. Oh, because he's a magic being. Never do what I'm doing here. Oh gosh, he's casting Gift of Heaven on himself. It's like, I'm gonna bet this is gonna kill you guys more than it'll kill me. Oh my gosh. There you go, he lit one on fire. Never do this. This is 80 turns worth of horror marks on your Pretender. Do not do what I just did. Oh, and look at that, he got muted. He's got recuperation, so I don't care. Yeah. Never do what I just did. Never. Never. Huge mistake. Butcher's Ledger. I don't kill anything, really. I killed a fourth of his chaff. I killed a fourth of his chaff. Maybe it's enough, maybe it isn't. Regardless, we find some magic sites. We have a battle now in the Vician Forest. And this is what I rolled out with. I cast Howl through that Black Servant I summoned, and I'm trying to keep him in the back enclosed so he doesn't rush out forward and get killed. He's my Black Servant thug with a Pain Blade that I found at some point ever, or maybe I made it, I can't remember. But importantly, his job is to hold on to this Fenris Pelt, cast Howl, and hopefully not die. Don't get hit by a Solar Ray, sir. Don't get hit by that. And then everything else is just, here's a bunch of chariots. Deal with it. So he predicts this move, because this move, I can't, I want to show you guys the strategic map, but I can't because that's going to spoil you on what happens. But this move essentially is me moving between his army and his capital. It's where his army was the turn before. Essentially, it says, if you don't turn your army around right now, my next move is sit on your capital, aka I have you in check. You're like check right now. So he has to turn this army around to fight me, which is why I magic phased. He knows this, which is why the stupid dragon is here. Stupid freaking dragon. Yeah, he added this bear claw talisman to probably kill my pretender. Stupid dragon. But yeah, a lot of his chaff is gone. Maybe a bunch of things died in the retreat, that magic phase retreat. Maybe. I'm not going to count how many stargazers he has. A lot. Maybe we'll see in the battle report. But this is me saying, I think you move too aggressively. I'm going to take advantage of this by putting you in check. From the flip side, I don't know what other move he could have done. If he was sitting there assuming that now I know how many chariots I need to beat him, striking at my supply lines is probably the right move. However, it also puts your army out of position. Because you see here, his left flank is just the dragon. There's nothing else there. But I'm about to mess with that left flank. Damn. How did I know that this was like the Sarumancer holding it? I'm about to mess that left flank up. Because I got auto spell Will-o'-the-Wisps. And I got Howl. So your formation... Where the heck is this dude? And I got Howl. So your formation means nothing. And all of these chariots, like by the time the chariots get there, like look at this. You've already got Will-o'-the-Wisp right here. Just check this thing out. 20 defense, 20 attack, flame burst. It's not AoE 1, so it's just on one person. Armor piercing damage. Ethereal. So ethereal, 20 defense. Fantastic. And I'm gonna get oodles of these. And they're gonna run up to all his crap and start fighting it. And I hope they start fighting a stupid dragon that doesn't have, the only magical attack's the dragon gas, but hey, they're poison resistance. I don't care. And he doesn't have magic weapons. And he's not fire resistant yet. So yeah, come in, bro. This is gonna be good. So let me actually not speed it up. Okay, so first things first, he casts Mist. I'm assuming this is because in the previous fights, in the previous fights, I'm casting fireballs at him from over here. In this fight, I'm casting fireballs at him from over here. Maybe with gems, but I'm using that Farcaster for what it's worth. So he's casting Mist to drop my precision. I'm casting Rigor Mortis to be an asshole. Be a complete asshole. Because obviously this is going to stop my mages. But my killing power is not my mages. And I know... Let me slow this down while I talk. I know, again, he can kill 40 chariots with his mages, his stargazers. He's going to kill 40 chariots, no, not 40, 60. 60 chariots. There you go. That's the solar rays. He's going to kill 60 chariots. And then he's going to fall asleep, and then occasionally he'll wake up and he'll warn. Not with the Rigor Mortis. You're going to kill your 60 chariots, you're going to go to sleep, you won't wake back up. And then, what are your troops doing? They're not running. Most of them aren't running forward to deal with me. They're fighting the Will-o'-the-Wisps. What's your God Script doing? He's casting some spells, but mainly he's fighting Will-o'-the-Wisps. Oh wait, what's this? This was a good battle. I had a lot of key research at the same time. And So strategically and tactically, this was a very big check. I think Marverni's forced to take this battle, and it just there's a lot that he could not have foreseen for this battle, and a lot of that was very purposeful on my end, trying to conceal things. A lot of that was very coincidental that this important battle happened to be the same turn that I get Rigor Mortis, that I get Foul Vapors. By the way, like, I couldn't do Foul Vapors if it wasn't a Jade Amazon fort, by the way. This is how I'm casting it. I have these two idiots cast Communion Slave, and I have this beautiful Jade Sorceress that carries on, because she's going to carry me through this damn war, with a Thistle Mace and a Crystal Matrix. Complete nonsense. And yeah, he can't foul as well, but it kind of negates my howl, because then the wolves start fighting in the corners. But where the wolves start losing is when the little wisps show up. Yeah. But the important thing, again, is most of his forces ended up being over here by the time the chariots actually connected. And yeah, his people are all Lucky, Twist Fate, Ethereal, but that's a lot of chariots. Especially as his dudes like get pushed back. Like, I wish I could rewind real quick. You see that there you go, perfect. As his dudes get pushed further back. So like, let's say this chariot here, this one Tomb Chariot, this guy, has expended his tramples for the turn. The guys behind him haven't. So he tramples a dude that goes halfway into the pile of chariots, who then gets trampled, who then gets to the back, that gets trampled a bunch more, and it's just nonsense. And then in certain cases, like this bull, yeah, they can't trample him, but he doesn't have a lot of protection, even though he's berserking. They're just going to cut him down. And the dragon never got to finish his script. He got he was a bit busy fighting Will-o'-the-Wisps. And yeah, and then they're all sleeping, so it's difficult for them to run. It helps a little if chariots are pushing some of them deeper. There you are. The dragon bails. These guys are on fire, and hey, that's great, you're on fire, you're swinging your flame strikes. But since you got them on the flank, they're attacking Will-o'-the-Wisps that are fire resistant. Sorry. And yeah, that's a wrap. So, like I said, I think this was a fight that, given the information that Marverni had at the time, I think he was forced to take it. Like, he didn't have a choice. And it just happened to be that the way this all aligned was he was forced to take a fight at the same time that I hit the research goals that I needed in order to wipe his army out. Things he might have been able to do differently if he hadn't sent that punitive expedition down to Lemuria. He could have sent it up, which would have left him turtling somewhere else rather than attack my supply line in Vangar. He wouldn't have moved to Vangar if he was waiting for his southern expeditionary force of the 50 Sequanis that were fighting Lemuria. He would have waited for those to come up. However, I'm going to be very, very honest. I don't think that would have changed how this battle went, because the things in play were Foul Vapors, Rigor Mortis. Those are the primary ones that stopped any amount of his mages, or I guess the amount of his mages from mattering. It didn't matter because Foul Vapors and Rigor Mortis were going on. So if that Southern Expeditionary Force was there, they would have died as well. I would have lost more chariots. Like you see here, I almost calculated it to the T. He's going to kill 60 chariots. And then he falls asleep and gets run over. So if he had the additional 50, okay, he would have killed a lot more chariots. But in the time that it would have taken for that 50 to get there, I also would have had more than 235 chariots here. Yeah. It's funny, because there's a discussion in Lucid server recently about giving, yeah, if Satis is fighting a war and he's losing, I don't remember the specific reasons, but there were people that were like, yeah, I'm okay giving Satis, like attacking one of their provinces where they life after death and get 10 reanimators for free. No, never give Satis more chariots. Never. Never give Satis more chariots. Total disaster for this guy. He loses everything. Everything except the stupid dragon that managed to fly away and be a nuisance somewhere else. But primarily, his army and his mages were disabled by rigor mortis and fell vapors. His Wickerman and his dragon were quote unquote disabled by the Will o' the Wisps from the Heartstone that I did. Again, I paid 65 fire gems for the damn thing. It better provide these results where it stops his dragon from finishing its script, it keeps it in place and away from flying to my backline and killing me. It distracts the Wickermen that are going to be placed on the flanks, because if they are not on the flanks, then my chariots will get to his back line and kill him. So there's a lot of, again, it's just there's a lot of moves that Marvorny was forced to make that if I were in his position, I would be making the same move. I can't blame him. He has to put the Wickerman on the flank. He has to put his dragon on the flank. But then that exposes him to the Will o' the Wisps that he had no way of knowing I had, or would use, or would even be that effective. It's Dominion Enhanced. Half the time, I don't even know what the heck is in this huge ass mod. Okay, so anyways, that's the big fight. There's a lot more to turn to go, and I'm so sorry this episode is really long. So I do really apologize for that. So that big fight happens. I still have chariots to spare for a raiding squad. I finally catch. I think this is a decent PD dump. Chariots kind of just skip to the back. Straight to the back. Go for what matters. What the heck is this? Corrigan. Seducer. Change. I have no idea what this is. Huh. Must be some like Marverny summon. Or maybe from an event. Oh well. It gets trampled. Okay, in Zox. He beats up my PD. Cool. I really want to hit Zox a lot because it has all those air gems, and I want those air gems, and I don't want him to have those air gems. And if I raid it, I'm going to get 4, and he doesn't get 4. So I raid it a lot because I want air gems. We witness a battle of Lemuria and Phaecia in Northia. Oops. Just PD, it looks like. And then another battle. This is like the 4th or 5th battle of Sodorth. So big Phaecian army against nothing. Okay. We attack now in the Oaklands. Hyper budget rating. I mean, Sarumancer's still 285 gold, but still. Skeletons go. And then in Vongar, so the magic phase happened here. I mean, just imagine Marverny's position. You just had this major battle. You killed 100 chariots. Here's 100 more. Don't give Satis free reanimators. They will throw infinite chariots at you. And you might think that the be-all, end-all of Satis is just throwing these chariots like you like this, like just naked chariots. But yeah, you can say, oh, I'm going to firestorm them. Oh, I'm going to acid storm them. I'm going to do... Yes, Satis can cast spells too. Tomb chariots can die. Yes. Satis is also going to cast spells against you. It's not just you're going to do this. They're going to do things too. And when it comes down to the unit that comprises of the majority of your force, there are few units better than Tomb Chariots to comprise of most of your force. And when they are better, they are usually like some sort of like elite, cap only, super sacred, or summoned monstrosity. This is a disposable piece of crap that's going to be better than most units and is disposable. Throwing that out there. Okay, so we get some water gems. And we have a witch in Bayville gets caught. More worldwide events. Still can't kill. Mind you, I've been patrolling every turn for this stupid disease demon in Akajev, and I can't find crap. And on this turn, we lose 5 players. Holy cow. Veritas gets killed. Veritas, I know, gets killed by Grippa. Good job, Grippa. Well done. Phlegra, Shambhala, I don't know what happens to any of these guys except, Phenoscandia. Phenoscandia gets killed by Urmor. So, looking at the map, this is probably the worst. Well, I don't know. Again, Marverni can rate this. If this is the worst turn to open up, like you just open this turn, you expect this big battle, and you're just, I wonder what happened. If it's this turn, or if it's the second battle at Bayville that are just the worst turns for Marverni, I felt so bad. So you don't want to see this. You don't want to defend your capital. Bring out everything you have, go all in to defend your capital. And then not only do you lose the fight, but then you see this. You just see this on the map. And then what's behind it? More. And what's behind that? More. And behind that, more. And every turn, it just flows in like water. Oh, this is the one I raided. His other fort. So I can make sure that he doesn't actually get anything out of there. Elicitus, if you let them sit in a corner like this, and you give them the death gems that they need, they can scale ridiculously. Ridiculously. They're not Celeria, where it's 10,000 long dead. They're just going to have 300 chariots. And the 300 chariots, yeah, they won't kill 10,000 long dead. But 300 chariots are going to make a very big dent in 10,000 long dead. This is the start of Urmor attacking Ind, which, if I remember correctly, means that, what is this, Chaco? Chaco and Atlantis are almost done with Ind, and Urmor is just kind of saying, this is mine now. You can't stop me. This is mine now. He's getting his piece of the puzzle, or his piece of the pie, better said. I don't recall again what's going on with the rest of the game, but this has gone on way long enough. I'm thirsty. I need water. It's past my bedtime. I'll see you guys next week with Bosmos. Bye-bye.